Alright, it's time to spice this guy. I got my autofocus back, but I had to actually touch the screen where it turned it off, but that's fine. So I'm going to take the 12 as well, okay? I'll take 12, hopefully I can take it off with it, but I'm probably just going to take the first one. It's probably just going to grip the insulator. Oh, actually look, made it perfect for us. It even cut this off one level of insulator, and plus we have some the and this one looked like God helped us on this one. All right, so here we go. Now it's time. Again, we're gonna put the red one, and we're also gonna put our insulator. So let's bring the red one. They always have one bigger side, one bigger side, and one smaller one. You can figure out this one's a bigger one, right? And then one smaller one. Smaller, bigger. The bigger one, of course, is going to go into our 14 gauge, and this one's going to go back into their 12 gauge. So this is clean, very clean. Now we're going to go and put a full orange insulator again, just like we did before. And hopefully we can get this. Now we're going to put it on the longer side. So let's go and focus here. I don't want to ruin my shot here. So there's it. I'm going to line this up like this. So I'm going to use this little one, this guy here. We're going to mush it into that one. But before I do that, let me go and put the insulator and prepare him to be covered up. In fact, I'm so consistent, I might even want to put the insulator the same direction as the other one. So we'll put it this way. That way we can read the insulator as well. Aesthetically pleasing, huh? There you go. And let's see if you guys can see it now, where it says 14 gauge. No, come on. It's so light, the writing. There you go. I could probably. There we go. See that? .14 gauge, AWG 14. Then it goes on to say how many degrees and voltage. So yeah, it's there. Okay, so let's go and focus and get this guy back to alignment. He's gonna be facing like this way with all the rest. Gonna feed him with it. Let's get the resolution focus a little bit further down there. I'll try to bring this in closer. Let's see what we can do. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna straighten this guy first. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put him in the smaller hole. Not sure if. Okay, I'm gonna try to feed him into his little. Oh, look at that! This guy goes in easily, like no one's business, right? Look at that! I can get him all the way into the big hole easily. So he comes out quite a far. Not sure you guys can see that yet. I'm trying to go ahead and start aiming this guy closer here. All right, there we go. Not wanting to focus on the wire that I'm looking for. Maybe I could do this and trick it. Sometimes your camera needs a little help. There we go. All right, as you can see here, it went all the way in. So it's really nice. Here, I'll pull it out again. That way you guys can see. Sorry, my finger is freaking dirty, I know. But I did take a shower, but that's just the way it is. There we go. See that? All that little copper goes right in the other side. Now I just want to meet it halfway. Because when the solder melts, it's going to disperse itself probably a good millimeter at least all around. And I don't want the solder to overlap on the red insulator that's originally from it. Okay, now I'm going to bring my other one here. And again, making sure that that little cup ring there is facing, you know, on the tip side, not on the butt-in connector side. So that's correct. All right, so I'm going to see here. This guy here is a little bit flat. Maybe help him out, just kind of round him up a little bit, prepare him for the insertion. And then we're going to go ahead and put him in there. Well, I can't get a better resolution than this. You can see everything, even my fingerprint. I mean, even my... Okay, there he goes. He's coming in. He's going to mash with the copper one. But when he mashes now, I'm afraid, should have done it, maybe get him in there first, and then let him mash. Because if he mashes right now, he's going to create a... Oh, because he's harder to get into because he's so thick. See there? Wow, you can see everything. What I'm doing is just kind of spreading the... Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and try to go for it. I'm guiding at the same time pushing this little... I'm trying to push it. I'm trying to shape his wire so he can go in there. Because he's got to get into that solder a little bit. He's got to come out from the other side. And he's not able to because, again, there's wires, more exposed wires from the other end pushing it out. So what I'm going to do, see that? This guy right here, he's taking all the room from him, so I'm pulling him out. Let's go ahead and let's get the majority of this guy through the other side of the tube, because I feel like those small ones here, they'll probably make a little bit more room regardless. So we're trying to get him to flush out the other end of this, of the soldering barrel. So we're trying to get him to flush more out of the soldering barrel. Maybe a little bit of that electric grease would have helped me. In fact, why say it? Try it. Let's do it. Pull it. Oh, I can't pull it out now. It's a suction. Alright, so we just gotta go forward. Twisting it. I just wish there was a way I could probably, you could probably shoot air in there just like you do your handlebar, maybe. But yeah, let's try it. I'll pull it out. Okay, I'm gonna put a little dielectric grease here because it's good for it anyway. So let me go and get my dielectric grease. Unfortunately, I still have only that big tube. So I'm gonna put a little bit Permatex dielectric grease. You should be using this anyway on your connectors and your spark plug tip. Not the tip that goes to spark, but the tip that joins your wire coil, your ignition coil. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is just put dielectric grease on both. Actually, let's just focus on this for right now. So let's put dielectric grease here. And don't worry, you can put dielectric grease. Even if it gets in here, it's gonna be a little sticky though, but it'll still grease it, right? Then you can put some here in this guy. Straighten him out. Again, he's good. He's not gonna have any problems. I'm not sure if dielectric grease will do anything different to the soldering mechanism, but we'll find out. Maybe it's like flex, huh? Who knows? Might burn, leave a really sticky residue. Alright, so here we go. There's some dielectric grease in him. Go and get this wipe real quick. I don't want my hands to be greasy and slippery. I just want this one here. Okay, so we're going to use the same one because we have it stretched out already a little bit for us, so it's kind of helpful. Okay, we're going to try to feed this guy back in here. Try to get the resolution for you guys again. It's a good resolution. There we go. Okay, so yeah, a little dielectric grease does help glide it a little bit. Yeah, look at that. Not only helped to glide it, it's like nothing. It just went through. Look at that. See? Yeah, work lesser on yourself. So here we go. Help the resolution here. There we go. Alright, so you can see here dielectric grease actually did really well. Fortunately, I forgot to remove my files to be able to record longer, so it kind of cut off, so this might be another split section that you're going to see. I just taken, it will still be one video, but yeah. But yeah, dielectric grease definitely helped a lot. So here we go. We're going to go ahead and put this guy in here now. Very cool. Why work harder when you can work smarter, right? So yeah, I can see here most of his Let's see. I need you to go on the other side, baby. Oh yeah, look at that. That's a perfect example of a good mush right there. Look at that. So you got some of the copper color, which is, I'm glad they're both different color. Now let's see if I can go any further. So yep, this is it. They're tight in there together. All right, so I wish I can know how to control my flames right now, but I just don't want to take any chances. I'm so much near a whole bunch of wires, so I just might have to do this with my lighter. But let's see if I can learn how to control my flame. Let's check this out. Okay, so let me go and take this off here. That way you guys can see my flame throwing. All right, so I'm gonna do it away from the scooter. All right, let's see if I can hold this right here. Bring this guy back out. Leave this guy in there for a second. So second time's always a charm. Maybe even the third time, right? Practice makes perfect. Okay, here we go. All right, so here we go. This is where it can adjust the air. I'm just doing a little darker area here so we can actually see. Okay, so what we do is we pull down the safety lever here. Okay, get that. See how the flame is? So I guess let's see what this does. Continuous. Oh yeah, continuous just locks it in. There you go. Look, I don't have to hold this pushing in, so I can just free my hand. That's continuous for you. So let's see if I can pop continuous out. This might not be a good safety thing. So okay, so there you go. When you push it again, it'll take off continuous. So I guess once you actually push it, you'll need another hand free, of course, because you need to push this down, and it just locks this button in place. So you have to hold on to it. Okay. So let's go and leave continuous on. Okay, let's go ahead and just direct it like this. And let's go see what this air fuel thing here does. It might shut it off because, you know, just like our carburetor. So there you go. Look at that. This, you can see the blue flame. Oh, look at that. I think it just goes in cycle. It's going to open back up again anyway. Okay, so I'm not sure if we concentrate the blue flame, what it'll do. So this is really concentrated right here. So you can see the blue flame is more narrower. See, the blue flame is more narrow because we're exposing, I guess, more air here. So when you cover the air a little bit, it gets a little bit different. So you can go to the other side, it'll get the same result here. I'll show you. Like a jet engine, huh? Bring it closer. I think that's why my phone heated up, because I think this probably heat up the sensor, thinking, let me see. Yeah, it still does pretty a little warm here, even though it's 6 feet away from the phone and it's opposite direction. You can still feel a little bit of heat. Just like when you have those little propane gas heaters outside. Look at that. Look at that. Nice clean burn, huh? So yeah, we can play with adjustment. I'm not sure this is what we want. But we'll probably find out. I just hate to find out where a whole bunch of my wires are. Let's see if I can direct this. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to hold it like this, that way I don't have to hold down on it. And I'm going to try to move my wires out while I'm doing it. I got to be really careful. You know, you're playing with fire, you know what I mean? It's not something to toy with, even though it's cool. Alright, so here we go. I'm going to get close. I am going to... You can't see the flame because it's still light now. I'm going to take my wires out of the way. And then, see, the thing is, I remember my lesson last time. It gave it a tug, right? So what I'm going to do is, here, let me just shut this off for right now. I'm going to set the camera so you guys can see it much better. A nice full resolution again. So let me go bring this in here. I might need the area, unfortunately, but we'll see. See what I can do. Do a little karate kick here with the tripod feet. Feels like a crouching tiger sort of setup here. All right, so here we go. Get the resolution. So we got nicely mushed, right? This is probably the best example right here. Look at that, beautiful. I'm gonna try even get even more, huh? But again, you want to leave actually a centimeter. I mean a millimeter at least. The reason why again is the fact if we do this well, we won't probably even either. It's probably good to keep it actually clear so you can actually inspect it. But unfortunately, I got a feeling we're gonna roast this guy here. He's gonna create a bunch of black char here. so he's not going to do us any good. It's going to be 6 feet away. I don't think that, okay, you're probably thinking, man, he's aiming so close at his fuel line. This is pretty much 6 inches, so I really got to be careful. So if I'm going a little bit 6 inches above here, that's a good feet already away from it. So I want to make sure I do it this angle too, because I don't want to hit my throttle cable, nor definitely not my brake line. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to set the fire, and I'm going to come from up top. You guys can see the results. Let me see if I can get the resolution focused on that one. All right. You almost got to put like something over here to tell it to where to aim. That's where you want it. Okay, now I can pull my finger out. Okay, so here we go. Top it. I'm using the strongest blue flame. You can see here. I actually even turned upside down and it still works. So I guess the propane gas goes any direction. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to monitor this now, you guys. I'm going to come in. I'm so scared. You can see the little bit of the flame on the tip. I'm coming in. I don't think it's hot here. Let me just make sure I put my finger here. So we're good here. So I know there's good clearance there. So I'm coming in. There's no heat here. I can feel it, but there's no heat. Oh, wow. See that? It just burned the first sight right there. Okay. I'm not too confident on this yet, so what I'll do is I'll take this off. You can see here how much it just went straight for this guy right here. That's okay. He's not really burnt. It's just his insulator. What am I lying to you for? He's not really burnt. He's burnt, but it's just the insulator. So what I'm going to do is just hit it with a lighter. I'm not efficient yet with the blowtorch. Maybe I can actually lower the heat. Maybe if I lower the blue one. Let's see what. You know what? Let's figure this guy out. I think if I lower the blue one, okay, I'm going to actually lower him. Let's see here. I'm going to hit this guy. I'm going to keep on continuous again because it helps me out to adjust. Come on, Michael. Don't be so scared. Okay. Hold that down. Hit continuous. It's holding it down. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, you guys can see him, right? I'm going to adjust the flame. Maybe this is what we want. Maybe something a little lighter. Not so concentrated. We just want to almost have a heat. I guess the more you cover the air hole right here, so you can see it's covered, the less the heat is. So I'll do it again. So this is more concentrated. This is more open heat. So the more you cover the air hole, the less heat it is. Oh yeah, it's actually almost a feet away. You can actually feel the heat. So I'm going to go a feet up and this way. Wow, you can feel heat all around it actually. It's dispersing the heat. Alright, so, and then there's also adjustment here I forgot to mention to you for you. You've got this one right here too. Let's see what this does. Less gas, no gas. Okay, very little gas. Oh, very little gas is actually not that hot. So yeah, we'll turn off the gas to very little. Maybe now we'll have control over it. And I think we should concentrate the heat still because I feel like it's just going everywhere. It's like almost a feet around. I can even feel the heat from my phone here on the side of it. So let's go ahead and set so you can still have a little aim there. Okay, I'm putting my hand, by the way, a feet above it. And I feels pretty nice. Okay. Okay, here we go. I'm going above it. See how above it I am going. It's like a spaceship coming down. I just don't feel comfortable. I just don't feel comfortable. I feel like it's, I don't know if it's going to melt this guy. It's going to melt my throttle cable before it's going to melt my solder joint. So I'm going to go back to what I know is a lighter. So let me go and fire it up. I know it's direct flame. It's not really that great for it. And unfortunately, this looked like it took a dive for me already. So in fact, let me see if I can scrape it off, some of it. It's kind of scorched in there. As long as it doesn't expose too much to the wires, I think we're good. We'll put insulator on top. Yeah, see that one? Those things will char pretty quickly. I feel like I got a little bit of the surface skin of the wire, so that's good. There's no wire exposed. You can see it. But man, that was just freaky. I couldn't believe it. It was like almost still like 6 inches away and it did that. So let's go and do Direct flame method, man. I hate to use this flame either. In fact, here, I'll even do it a little bit better. I'll try to not, and then this time I won't tug on this side, because the minute it gets warm, things easily expand. Just want to get that bead to melt first. See how it chars up pretty quickly? That's like a direct flame. It looks like it takes a lot. I think what it is the wire is causing the heat sink, so those little solder there has a way to dissipate the heat away from it. So that's why it's not heating up so quickly, the body. Look at that, I'm right directly on it. Or making sure my flame is directly on it. I don't want to stay in one place too long though. And surprisingly the rubber's not, oh actually the rubber probably did melt out. Okay, I'm keeping it like this. Okay, I'm twisting it now. Okay. Can't control the flame too much here. There we go. Okay. Careful not to actually pull it. Last time I pull it. See, I'm putting pressure here. I'm pushing it inside of it just in case it decides. Last time I gave it a little tug. You remember that little, it looked like the incredible stretch. Okay, take it away from all the other areas here. Okay, now I can try to get these guys here, break the little sort of whatever I can anyway. Ow, this gets hot. Little water seal over there, probably not useful anymore. Alright, so anyway, the idea is to make sure this guy gets the most heat because he has a solder in there. Alright, the rest is cool. Alright, there we go. That's it right there. I know it's not the prettiest. We'll probably clean it up a little bit after it gets cool. Just a little bit to make sure. I think the solder did melt at both ends. Just let it cool for a second before we start scrubbing it off. Man, I gotta figure out what makes the flame. Shit. What makes the flame actually focus on just a certain area like this within the vicinity of an inch, you know? Alright, so let it cool there. Let's go ahead and get a little shop rag. Get a little carb spray. And let's go to town with this guy again. Clean them up before we put the insulator on there. Take a little bit, just wipe it down. You can see it comes off easily. I don't even have to put any kind of force on it, just kind of wipe it. There you go, see that? It's smashed in there. It's melted, jointed both. You can still see his trace of his exoskeleton, the residue left over. So I get focus on this guy. It's like an earthworm hump. There you go. Good lighting. Isn't that crazy? It's got full little scabs. The burnt scab. You can still see a little bit of that solder shadow there. But I think the majority of it is melted and joining the two wires together. Just like we did the other one when we tried to tug it off. We couldn't even get it off. It was pretty much solid in there. Alright, so let's go ahead and clean that guy up. So there's the wires there. I was afraid of scorching. That made me stop because see, it took a little bit of the, I guess, the clear coat from the wire only. It didn't really get all the way to the wire. It took the clear coat from the insulator. See this right there? Look, it's coming out. This is probably the water bead. Yeah, that's good. Just some of my carb clean, just a little bit. Just a little bit of spray on there. Help kind of remove some of the carb buildup. We don't need it laying around. Doesn't serve no good for us to insulate the carb debris. It is flammable, so you might want to not yet heat shrink it yet, especially with open flame. Okay. All right, just let that air out before we heat shrink it. Let's go ahead and measure this. You can see here it's getting a little bit shorter, and let's see how far we need to go in order to make that other connection tip. So let's do this. Let's get that off of here. Clean up this area for a second here. Get this out of the way. We're going to prepare to slam dunk. Alright, so here we go. We're going to go ahead and get this guy close as possible. Try to do him in a way where he doesn't interfere with our scooter mount. Alright, so here we go. This should be enough. And let's see here. See, we're going to, well, you guys are going to see a little bit here. Just back the camera up a little bit. So we're going to aim for, after he gets molted hot. Now you guys can't really see it. Now it's black. What's the deal? Okay, so we're going to aim for dunking him in here. As soon as he gets enough, I guess you could say blackness. I mean, as soon as he gets enough molted in him. Okay, but in the meantime, let's go and take a good measurement here where we're going to cut it. Actually, this almost came perfectly aligned with this guy here. Look at that. Okay, so in fact, I think we can cut him exactly because now this guy's longer. Oh yeah, look, we don't really have to cut anymore. I mean, sorry you guys can't see it, but here, let me tilt the camera for the furthest edge as possible. You can see here, well, you can cut him actually a little bit more, just a little bit more, because we probably want to line him up like this guy tip here. So we could probably cut him maybe another, so yeah, we got plenty of time to cut him. So we could probably cut this guy just another ½ an inch. Then we can prepare the tip. Maybe another inch actually. Yeah, let's cut another inch. Let's go ahead and see. I want to actually line them up with the same tip here. So let's go ahead and prepare to cut him like right there. Well, we gotta give him some insulation, so I mean we gotta give him some tips. So we'll cut him right there. That'll probably be the most. Wait, let me stretch these all out just to make sure. I'm confident now because I can tug on it. I knew how much tug it can handle. Okay, let's go ahead and take a really good tug on this and see where it's actually going with this. So I'll probably say we'll snipe him right. We'll snipe him like right there. See that? Line up with the other guy. He still has some more, but when he's flexed forward like this, he's gonna have the same amount as these guys. So yeah, I probably want to do him right there. Okay, where's my trusty cutter? So we're taking about an inch further. There we go, pop goes the weasel. And we're going to use the number 12 because even though it's a 14 gauge, because our wire is booty. Okay. We're going to do enough here just to get into the tip, not the insulator. So probably I'd say 1.5 millimeters. Maybe just 1 millimeter really. Let's see. Not a millimeter, I'm so sorry, centimeter. So 1/4 inch. There we go. The reason why is if you look at the tip, see that? Oh, you can go in further. That's fine. Get him in there as soon as we. Okay, so let's go ahead and hit this guy and fill him up with solder. Actually, we're going to try to attempt to see what happens when we use our old one, right? So let's do that experiment. I'm sure the soldering is not going to go brittle and old on this yet. I mean, it's still fresh solder. It's just only been, what, 24 hours? So we're going to try salvage this tip here. Put this guy in here. And let's hit him with the torch to melt him. Now I'm going to aim my torch, maybe not, hopefully not blocking you, but I'm going to aim it like this way so you can see. So let me go ahead and do that. Turn this guy on. Put the safety switch. Nothing's in my wet path. Oh. I'll hold on to it for right now, you know. There we go. Not yet. Not yet. Oh, look at that. The insulator came off. And all the... Oh, there you go. Look at that. Beautiful. If you look at it, it's clean. I'm not sure we took out some solder too. But yeah, there we go. So you got still some molded solder. I think some maybe solder leaking in, but look how clean the solder is. It's molten. Now we're gonna flow it with some more solder, just to make sure we have plenty. And when we see it oozing out from the other end, then we'll stop right away and then we'll dunk it in. Now we don't have to wait till the solder cools for a second or anything, because we're not waiting for it to, you know, do a solder dump on us anymore. So let's go get the solder. I'm not going to use any flex. I just don't have a good experience with that one flex. I'm sure flex is useful for a lot of applications electronics wise, but it didn't do us any good for this situation. So I'm not going to have to bundle up. I'll heat it myself. I'll go for it because I have 2 hands free here. I could do that. And then also maybe I could even set this thing to be able to automatically. Okay, I'll get the wire. Well, I can hopefully see it. I have to prepare to grab that wire real quick and slam them over like this. So maybe I'll leave them like hanging or something. No, I don't want to put them too close to the flame. Okay, so here we go. Safety switch is down. Wires being fed from the top. Actually, still a little flame here, I said here, so maybe I should go medium flame now. Doesn't matter, it seems like it's still melting, period. Oh, that's a cold solder there because I just melted the solder only, I didn't melt the tip. Wow, I'm actually just feeding it in there. I'm not sure it's leaking everywhere. But there's a lot of solder in there now. I'm going almost a few. Okay. Here it goes. Solder's melting in. It's oozing out. Took too long. So let me show and try bring. See the solder here? Oh, you can't see it, huh? So look at how much solder just gooed out. See that? Got a bunch of goo soldered out. So what I'm going to do is try to get that guy. Well, what it is solder will flow where the heat is, right? And unfortunately, I don't want to heat too much because now I have our insulator on there and I don't want to start burning the insulator. So here we go. I'm going to try to aim it. There we go. Oh boy, see the insulator is burning. Alright, so what I can do is probably, that is just nasty. We don't want all that solder really. So maybe what I could do is feed a little bit of solder in here. There we go. This might work. I got more solder than I really wanted, but oh, that's probably why APM didn't recommend. Oh man. Didn't turn out that well as I expected, but yeah, it's on there. Here, why don't we do this? I'm going to try to still feed that solder in there. You can see here. The insulator is just... Oh, you know what I even forgot to do? Shame on me. I forgot to put the insulator on there. I don't think the insulator will fit in the round one. I don't think the orange one will open enough for this guy to get in, so we have to probably cut this. Unfortunately, it's going to be a little shorter than expected, but that's okay. Let's see. Thought we learned from our first mistake. Look at that. Look how much solder has just gone to waste. Now that is one ugly solder. Alright, let's see. What we could do is wick it off or melt it off. So this is a cold solder right here. It's cold in already. It's not really attached to anything. I can almost, look at that, chop it off. See that? But you got a really clunk of solder there. Of course you can melt it off, probably be the easier way. So if I melt it off like this, I could probably drop it down, but then my wires might drop too. So let's just be really cautious of this. Let's protect this that we can. So I'm going to try to clamp it on my wire and just have gravity, hopefully keep it drop down. Okay, so here we go. We'll try this attempt. I'll face it this way so you can actually see the solder. Now we could pull it out this way too. And I don't think we could fit our insulator, unfortunately, in there because of that. Or we could probably put the, no, we can't. Let's see if I can actually, what I really want to do is take it out and drop the insulator in there. See where the solder is going to flow. I want to drop at least a half insulator in there. So I want to really get it in there. So I might need to just solder it off and then pull it out. See, I'm still going this way because I'm getting away from my other components. There you go. Look how it's going back in. It's going back into the wire, which is a good thing for us. You see there? It's really nice that it's going back into the wire. But unfortunately, our insulator is not going to help us go in there. So I need to take it all back off. So I'm going to heat it and I'm going to pull it off. There we go. Look at that. So there we go. We got our solder tins. How about that? More than we want. All right, let's go and do this. Yeah, this is why you probably would need some kind of little vise to help you hold it. So let me go ahead and look at that. It already burned. In fact, I almost feel so sorry for it. I think I might want to give it the full because this thing looked like it's not going to cover enough. So let's go ahead and give it the full to cover our wounds there. So we'll give it the full one here. Put that guy in there. We might have to re-splice it. There we go. We'll put this in here to protect it further. Alright, so we might actually, maybe we could do it this way. We'll see. As soon as we get this hot enough, might be able to squeeze it in there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is hold on to this one. Because heat, again, will flow where, I mean, the solder will flow where heat is. Okay, so. There we go. You guys can see it. I want to burn my fingers there. There we go, there we go. It only takes about maybe less than 5 seconds for it to get actually cold. Let's see here. There you go. See, it's still hot. But yeah, it's definitely in there. It's not going anywhere. Still warm. It's going to give you a tug to test, but okay, then we can probably do it this way. I know this is probably like one-time deal. Never gonna have this experience again, but at least we know how solder flows. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is hopefully try to track the solder back down. See a little clump of solder, right? This little clump right there. What I'm gonna try to do is attract it back down. Get the heat shrink out of the way because that thing will probably shrink really fast. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is try to get the solder to now flow back down and get the heat attracted to it. So let me clamp this further here. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to heat this again and hopefully the solder flows back in. Almost teeter-totting the solder, I know. Poor solder. He's like, make up your mind, man. You flow me back and forth. Okay, here we go. Try not to block your camera view. Aim for this guy, really. Nope. Damn it. There we go. See that clump of solder? There you go. See there? The solder just went. Now I'm holding the wire still. You give it a blow. Alright, that was it. That was our final attempt. We got the solder to come out from one way, and it looked like he kind of went out the other way. It's just mutilated, but it worked. Yeah, this is definitely... It's in there. There's plenty of solder covering this guy, plenty of solder covering him from every angle, including his insulator. I just don't care too much for the solder staying out here like this, a little bump here. So let's see if I can, probably don't want to really cut it. You probably want a smooth edge, but see if I can fingernail this. You can probably sand it off better, but I'm going to try to, there we go. Yeah, solder will take its own shape, but if you don't do it right, you're going to have this issue. So let me go and get a little bit of sand grit here and just kind of clean up my solder redo here. Now, I'm not sure this was better than the first one, but I think at least we learned how to continue on our soldering skill. The reason why I'm sanding is because I don't want any sharp edge from the solder to protrude our insulator. Just in case it does, you can take a little bit of this, sand some of that cover up, or you can just wash it with the carb cleaner soon. Okay. Then what we're going to do is we're going to put some dielectric grease just to make sure it doesn't get any oxidation or anything like that. But yeah, this sucker's on there. All the thread is molted on there.